Hello, this is Joe here. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing good. The reason for this video is to talk about, when should you make a move to Africa, to Ghana? When is the best time to do it? Now, I'm assuming you have some aspirations or you have a goal to move back to the motherland. Otherwise, this video is not really for you. But if you are thinking about making a move or retiring or spending longer periods in the motherland, well, I mean Ghana, then when is it the best time to do that? Right? Because even the Bible talks about there's a best time, there's a time to sleep, time to eat, time to do this, time to do that. So when is the appropriate time to do it? I guess there's no right or wrong answer, but I think there is a wrong answer if you were to ask me. Actually, if before I get into this video, if you don't know me, my name is Joe Agyemang, born and raised, well, to the age of 10 in Ghana. My mother took my brother and I to the UK. I was 10, and I schooled over there, worked over there for the best part, well, over 30 years. I'm in my early 40s now. So I've got some experience on both sides. And I've experienced, the mental fortitude that you have to be able to, endure on the motherland. It's not easy. And it's not easy, it's tough. So the focus of this video is the reason for this video is like, when is the best time to make a move to the motherland? When is the best time to make a move to Ghana? Is there a best time? But I think there is a wrong time, and I think the wrong time is you don't want to do it when you are in your old age, right? In your old age, you don't want to do it unless maybe you have already built your wealth, maybe in the UK, the US, Germany, Europe, somewhere, China, and you are sitting on loads of cash, and you don't have to work. Then this video is not for you. But I'm talking about the people similar to myself, where maybe you've worked, you've saved up some money, you want to bring it back to the motherland and invest, and then build a business, and then use that business to fund your comfortable lifestyle. But because being on the motherland is tough, because when I say it's tough, I mean building a business, getting off the ground, scaling that business, employing people, firing people, management, bookkeeping, accounting, all these things. People, because employees in Ghana will frustrate you. I mean, this video is not about the employees in Ghana, but I think the reason I say there's a wrong time to make a move to Ghana, because if you are in your old age, like let's say 60, right, you don't want to be going through a lot of headaches, with people, starting a business where you don't really know. There's a lot of sorry about that. As I'm saying, you can never predict, because the market can be volatile, no matter where you are. So you don't want to be doing this in your older age, or in your 60s, because you're going to be dealing with a lot of challenges, with a lot of setbacks. It's not a walk in the park. For example, take me, I'm in my early 40s, and it's still tough. It's still tough because you are dealing with government bodies. You are trying to get government bodies to come and help you. Maybe like, for example, me building my factory has been a nightmare, trying to get ECG just to give me power in the area. Like, imagine you have invested thousands of pounds and dollars, right, to build a factory to give employment. You build a factory, you bought the land, build the factory, your own cash, bought the machines, hired people. You've done everything, but then the power, only to find out the power in the area is not sustainable, to sustain the business. And all you're asking is that they increase the transformer power in the area so that you can work. People that you have hired can continue to have a job. And you have to go back and forth. As if you have to beg them, right? So it's really challenging. And you get like the person doing my transformer. There's a lot of stuff that he left out, and I had to spend almost twice than the budgeted. So if you don't have first of all the funds, if you don't have like the strength, the mental strength, if you don't have the resilience, the persistence, because even the Bible talks about, or count it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you're faced of trials of many kinds, for the testing of your faith develop perseverance. Perseverance must finish the work, so that you may be mature, complete, not lacking anything, right? So you have to be that, you have to, and it's tough. I've quoted the scripture, but quoting the scripture is easy, but living it, that's what's difficult. So if you have to live that in your, if you're in your 60s, then it's not going to be great. I'd rather do that in my youth, when I still have the strength to where I can still run. If someone lets me down, I can pick myself back up again, all that kind of stuff, right? And for example, you're going to have employees challenges, people leaving unexpectedly, people stealing, doing this, government bodies, as I mentioned. So you need to be tough. And sometimes you think the business that you think is going to do well is not how it turned out to be, right? And you might need to pivot. You might need to try something else, and you need to have that strength to do it. For example, I've heard of, even it's not just the diasporans coming back. I mean, there are sometimes Ghanaians here, even here. Because the thing is, when you come to Ghana, right? When you come to Ghana, it's not like you are coming and you are coming here to be employed by someone, right? You are not coming to Ghana to get a job. We're not coming to Ghana to, receive a pay slip, right? And at the end of the year, get your P60, right? You're not coming to Ghana for that. When you come from the diaspora to the UK, from the UK or the US to Ghana, to anywhere in Africa, you have automatically become self-employed. You have become a businessman. You have become an entrepreneur. So you need to, you are thinking differently from how you were back in the UK or back in the US. Because in the US, you are probably working for a company. In the UK, you're probably working for a company. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you are running your own business, it's a whole different kettle of fish. You need to be strong. You need to be tough. You need to deal with setbacks. You need to deal with fear. And that's the other thing, fear. Because sometimes when things are not going your way, you feel like giving up. You feel like not taking that step. You feel like, oh, maybe if I do this, it might not work out. Or if I go and build this, if I start building on it, the land guy's going to come, or someone's going to challenge me. All these things, right? You start living in fear. And all these things, you have to be mentally tough, right? So you don't want to be dealing with this when you are in your 60s, 70s. So I made that decision very early on. I mean, I've been coming back to Ghana since 2016, right? 2016, how old was I? 2016, right now in 2025, right? So I was like 9-10 years ago, right? So, okay, so that means I was about 35, thereabout, I think. Yeah. So, or maybe 34. So that's when I started coming back to Ghana. But already, I used to work for Google, right? I used to work for Google. And even on Google's salary, I think at that time I was on, I don't mind sharing, I was probably on, how much was I on? Around 40K or something like that with bonuses. And I remember working out working out my, okay, I'll ask myself the question, if I keep, obviously if I stay at Google, there's no doubt I'll get salary rise, right? I'll be promoted on other stuff. Or if I stay at other companies that I was with, even with Essence, that was my, I will get promoted. That one, obviously, my salary was much higher than where I was at Google, because after I left Google, I went to Essence, and I was a manager there. And I think there I was on like 70 there. So even with that salary, I remember doing the math, thinking, my God, how long would I have to work? How many years is it going to take me for me to own my own property in Ghana? And when I did the math, it didn't work. Like I'll probably like be in Ghana in my 50s, and it didn't really sit well with me. So I knew I needed to do something different. That's when I started looking at, starting a business. And that's what I did. I started a recruitment company. And that recruitment company, that one was a struggle. Like I said, I did that when I started a recruitment company when I was about, I think I must have been 32 or something, or 33. I don't remember, but something around that. Yeah, I think I might have been 33, something like that anyway. So 2 years after that, and then I started coming to Ghana and hiring people here, right? So I must have been 35. Right, I'm in my early 40s now. So imagine have to do all these, going through all this, if I was 60. I mean, that one was fine because the recruitment company, it was still stressful. Don't get me wrong. But I'm young, so, but especially, let's talk about the recycling factory. That one, oh man, I've been, ups and downs. It's not been easy. So if I don't want to be doing that in my 60s. I don't want to be running a recycling factory, start a recycling factory. The things that I've been through, starting a recycling factory in Ghana, I wouldn't want to do that in my 50s or 60s, right? So, but how I'm getting through that is that I have this mindset that, hey, even though this thing is hard, even though this thing is challenging, if I can make this happen, and then I should be able to make any other business successful, because it's hard, it's difficult, it's challenging. But, what should I quit? No, I can't do that. So I'm just saying that if you have a desire to move back to the motherland, to come to Ghana, to go to Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, wherever you wish to go, I would definitely advise you to do it. While you have the strength, while you have your wits about you, while you have the capacity, physical capacity to deal with stress and all that kind of stuff, and still smile, right? So yeah, there's no best time to make a move, but I think there is a wrong time, and the wrong time is when you are much older. For example, my uncle, who has built a house here in Ghana, was telling me, when he started building a house, some of his friends were kind of mocking him. My uncle is in his 60s. Some of his friends was mocking him when he was building a house, like maybe when he was in his 40s. But then when he finished his house, his friends that didn't start to build a house, they didn't have a house. So every time when they were coming to Ghana, they had to come and stay with him, right? And now it's a bit too late for them to start to build a house, because they are weaker now. Their strength is not like how it was. So if they were to come back to Ghana, they probably have to go and stay with their family, maybe their family member's house or something like that, right? So if you decide to have a house in Ghana or wherever, I would definitely encourage you to do it, in your youth, so that you can also enjoy it, right? You can also enjoy it. So yeah, that's just my little 2 cents about this topic. And also there's another story that I heard that really struck a chord with me. There was an older guy, I'm sure maybe you have heard it. There was an older guy, I don't know which country that this person came from, but because he obviously spent a lot of money. He spent a lot of his working years abroad, sending money back home, building a house. He finally did it. But when he started to retire to Ghana, he was much, much older. And apparently he had a stroke or something, correct me if I'm wrong. And then his houseboy, because he has a stroke, can't walk now, his houseboy is now living in his master bedroom, living in his bedroom. And then he has, sent, the owner had to have to sleep downstairs while the the houseboy stays in the master bedroom and he sleeps downstairs. Obviously, he can't walk up the stairs, right? So imagine spending all these years, right, building, toiling, only for someone to come and enjoy just because you didn't do it at a younger age, at an early age. So if you're gonna do it while you are still young or younger. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know if you have any comments. Please like, subscribe, share. I appreciate your time. Thank you for listening. Take care. See you in the next video.